This is ABC 7 News at 11.
With summer sunshine just around the corner, really it is, many of us will be basking in the rays since it's been such a long, dreary winter and spring.
We're going to want to get out there.
We are.
But a reminder, do not get too excited without first thinking about how to protect yourself and your skin. Now, dermatologist Dr. Brooke Jackson joins us now with some advice about don't rush out, the danger of the sun's rays, right?
That's what we all want to do when it gets nice here in Chicago.
Yeah, unfortunately, there are 1 million cases of skin cancer diagnosed in the United States every single year, and of those million, 11,000 people die each year of skin cancer.
Okay.
The majority of those patients die of melanoma. However, basal cell skin cancer is the most commonly diagnosed.
Now, we've got some pictures that you brought us, all right? So we're going to show so that you know how to recognize if that appears on any part of your body.
Sure.
Okay, this is
a basal cell carcinoma. Generally, you tend to see these in more sun-exposed areas, face, chest, arms. They generally present as a pearly papule. They might bleed a little bit. Often patients will say, I thought it was a pimple, it just didn't go away, it continued to bleed. That's always a sign when something doesn't heal in a reasonable amount of time.
And it's not your typical mole.
Correct.
Right.
It's not flat, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So now let's look at what's the next kind.
The next kind is a squamous cell carcinoma. This Laura Bush actually had on her leg, which was successfully surgically removed.
Okay.
Those usually are a little bit crusty. Again, you tend to see these most commonly in sun-exposed areas, more commonly in men than women, but still both sexes can get them.
Okay. All right. And then the most deadly one,
correct. There are about 77% of the patients who die each year of skin cancer die of melanoma, and generally melanoma can can begin from a pre-existing mole, or it can start de novo. And so odd-looking colors, odd-looking shapes, something is just changing in behavior should absolutely be evaluated.
So pay attention to it if it's changing. Make sure to get it double-checked.
Correct.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the things we can do to prevent from having these issues. Where do we begin?
Well, you want to enjoy your summer. You've earned it, but you want to make sure you do it safely. And so ideally, you want to make sure that you are putting some sunscreen on about 20 minutes before you go and enjoy your outdoor activities. SPF of 30. Make sure that it's got certain ingredients such as titanium dioxide, zinc oxide, Helioplex. All of these protect against UVA and UVB.
Helioplex. I heard a lot about that one over the last 2 years. What's the big breakthrough with that?
It's a newer product. Unfortunately, what we see with sunscreen ratings only refers to UVB protection. It does not refer to UVA. And so there is no grading system for UVA protection. So that's why you want to look for those ingredients.
Now, a lot of people go to tanning booths and stuff. And is there more damage there? And if you were to use sunscreen, does that help you at all?
Well, a lot of my patients will say that they're going to the tanning booth to get a base tan before they go on vacation. There's no such thing as a safe base tan unless it comes from a bottle. It still is UV damage. You're still increasing your risk of skin cancer. So if you must have that tan, go for the bottle, the spray-on tan.
Okay, and those bottle sprays, those places where you go now, people say it's like going to a car wash where you get sprayed all over. Are those chemicals that are for the most part safe to put on your skin?
They're vegetable dyes. They look very natural, and so again, if you want the tan look, you might as well do it safely. Go to the spray-on rather than baking yourself on the tanning booth.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, I was going to say, and vitamin D, that has been the buzzword for about a year now. We're not getting enough vitamin D, especially living in areas like this. There's not enough sunshine, so a lot of us are vitamin D deficient, but don't confuse that for getting too much sunshine, correct?
We know that sun exposure is a carcinogen. We know that, and not many people die of vitamin D deficiency. So you can certainly get your vitamin D from dietary supplements. The reality is you only need 2 to 5 minutes of sun exposure to produce your vitamin D. The rest is not stored. So just make sure that you
2 to 5 minutes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, make sure you take your vitamin
hours
D.
and hours.
No.
Okay. All right. Good reminders.
Absolutely. Some very important tips. And if you'd like more information about protecting your skin from sun damage and skin cancer, go to our website, abc7chicago.com. Click on See It on TV. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those reminders, too. Now, after a final timeout, Mr. Fudas